a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Speculation continues on the future for the coordinators on the Green Bay Packers staff, including for offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich. Conversation continues coming up next on Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, including former Packers offensive lineman Brian Bulaga, scheduled to appear at 9:30. Mike McCarthy, introduced as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach yesterday, says he doesn't see why he wouldn't want to have Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback in Pittsburgh in 2026. NBA, the Bucks fall 139-122 on the road against the Philadelphia 76ers last night. Bucks now 9 games under 500. They visit the Washington Wizards Thursday night. Tip time set for 6 o'clock. Tonight, college basketball at the Kohl Center. The Wisconsin Badgers welcome rival Minnesota. Tip time set for 8 o'clock, televised on the Big Ten Network. WIAC Wednesdays tonight, UW-Platteville at UW-Stevens Point men's basketball on the app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Wednesday edition. Another day with our famous friend, scheduled to appear at 9:30 out of the kindness of his dumb old heart after he did 3 whole hours at the beginning of the week as our cousin sub of the day edition.
What a hero. Wow. What a
Thank you
warrior.
for your service. The Big Mike in Pittsburgh, it's official. He was introduced. He cried at the press conference.
Be all emotional and stuff.
He had a good line about dog years that fell flat. I was going to text him and say, I thought that was a pretty good line. Sorry it didn't hit the way you were hoping it would. Edition. And the Bill Belichick is not a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I'll try to explain why. And more importantly,
You can't.
I think I can, actually.
No.
I think I can. I think I can.
It's not going to be a good excuse. It won't be
It's not going to be an excuse. It's going to be an explanation for why the voting was so jacked up and why a rule that they enacted a year ago that cost Mike Holmgren a trip to Canton is to blame. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, all customizable, all free, and always available in the app stores of both Apple and Android, ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. You got a big game to call again tonight? It's Wednesday.
Sure do. Stevens Point we're going to tonight. I've never been to Stevens Point, so I'm excited to get up there. It's
it's beautiful.
men's basketball, Platteville, Stevens Point on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Tip at 7 o'clock. Two teams contending for the
Really nice
WIAC
nice
title.
high school hockey team, too.
That's what I hear.
Very nice. One of the best. Yep.
Pointers,
great golf
Pioneers.
courses. What's that?
Pointers. I'm sorry. I thought you were done there, and I thought we were
No, I
promoting the
wasn't.
game
He's
we're
not done
actually
flexing his Stevens Point
As
knowledge yet.
as opposed to the
Well, I know
Spash
Stevens
hockey
Point,
team.
Yeah. We went to one of my all-time favorite stories. We did not go out to eat much. We grew up on, as many of you know, we grew up on a farm. We did our chores. We stayed. We didn't vacation. We didn't go out to eat often, other than, obviously, they served ice cream, and I think they're out of business, or there might be one left. I remember telling you many times we'd go to the old Ponderosa, and they had the buffet, and I mean, we loved going to Ponderosa. And
Did they love it when they saw you?
Machine. I was a little tight then. I was a thick. Stop, Jesse. What is that? Look, Jell.
Jason's here to fight today.
I was
think.
8 years old, man. I don't care how rotund I was at 8. They weren't freaking out that I was going to eat them out of house and home. Now, if you say now I walk in there, I can understand it. But that side-eye look, Jell.
Ponderosas are out of business.
No wonder.
That's not very nice.
No, it's not at all.
I just remember they had a pudding bar. Do you remember? It was a salad bar, but then there was pudding. And as you know, the proof is in the pudding. But they had a pudding bar that you'd go and you could, my mom and dad would be sitting there trying to eat all healthy, eggs on their salad and everything else. And my brothers, we're wolfing down pudding like it's going out of style. But anyways.
It's not helping your cause.
No, both of my brothers, and I don't know if either are listening right now, but we will to this day, we're all in our 40s, actually 40s and 50s, and we remember the time. I don't know why we went down here. It was a special Sunday, but we went to the old Mark's Big Boy in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and we must have eaten more bacon on that trip than any big boy has ever went through. And that is something that I know for sure all of us remember because it was rare that we would go out to eat. Mark's Big Boy. I don't think they exist anymore either.
So that had nothing to do with Ponderosa, just for the
Well, no, it was in. I was trying to tell you we didn't go out to eat often. It would be Ponderosa or Mark's Big Boy that we would go.
And you put both out of business.
And just to be clear,
Never
Mark's
went to a
Big
McDonald's.
Boy did not have a pudding bar.
It did not, no. Not that I recall.
That is your promotion for tonight's call of the Stevens Point Pointers.
Big one in
and the Platteville Pioneers.
Big one in the WIAC. 7 o'clock tip on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Swing by your
That
local
was
Ponderosa.
Big
my
boy
first
game tonight, fellas. It's going to be a big boy game.
My first sleepaway basketball camp that I went to was Bob Parker, Stevens Point's basketball camp. I went with my buddy Craig. We had a group of probably 3 or 4 of us that went, and it was a scene, man. I can't even get into all the details, but an avid listener to our show.
30 years later, you can't get into the details.
Well, no, because there was some stuff that I'm not going to go down that path. There was some stuff, but nothing criminal. I'll put it that way. But there was one of our buddies who was an avid listener.
All we have are more questions.
We called him the Candy Man, Matt Chevy, and he now lives in Waukesha. He's down in the Lake Country area.
Okay.
And his dad had a candy company in Merrill, and he came and he was the most popular. He couldn't play hoops for a lick, but he was the most popular cat at Bob Parker's basketball camp because he was the candy man, handing out everything. And I think he ended up getting an award as like camper of the day because Bob Parker's kid was doing like the thing, and he went in and he would take all of Chevy's candy. And I think he gave Candyman, like most improved player, one of the camp days because of it. It was a scene, man. Like this camp, it was a scene. If you didn't give him candy, you'd go run laps. Like the whole deal was a goofy setup.
All right, so where was the Ponderosa? Was it in Stevens
tonight.
Point?
Platteville at Stevens Point. The camp was in Stevens Point, yes.
And the Ponderosa was in Stevens Point, and the Mark's Big Boy was in Stevens Point?
Ponderosas were all over. Rapids. Ponderosa was a big deal back in the 80s. So we'd go to multiple Ponderosas. Mark's Big Boy was the Stevens Point one.
This walk down memory lane with Tausch has been presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Great deal going on right now. I'm not sure where to transition from this.
What do you mean?
Because this may have been the greatest stream of consciousness start to a show.
Do you not have one of those like moments or memories from a childhood, whether it's food related or something that will trigger? Stevens Point just triggered that for me. Now, if you said Marshfield, we went to Marshfield all the time. The roller rink, the bowling alley. The Marshfield that's what we did.
Right,
Stevens Point was a different animal.
I guess growing up in Milwaukee,
the Smurfs glasses. I recall collecting Smurfs glasses from a fast food restaurant, but that has nothing to do with Stevens Point. But that's just another thing that kind of clicked.
Okay. Smurfs glasses.
What? Yeah, not like glasses, like drinking glasses.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I believe that same fast food restaurant. I still have my collection of said glasses. In like 1982, did Brewers glasses that had like two players. It was a smart marketing tool by them because it got me to go in there because I wanted my glasses, and the one with Robin Yount and one with Pete Vukovich and all those guys. Which, again, if you haven't watched Just a Bit Outside, the documentary of the 82 Brewers, it's well worth your time. All right. So Bill Belichick's not going to the Hall of Fame this time.
I wonder if he's eating at a Ponderosa.
He loved the pudding. But, all right, let's just do this because there's no coming back from this. I just would like clarification because I don't recall going to – I think there was a Green Bay Ponderosa that was still around early in my career covering the team, and we would go there for lunch, like a bunch of us, like when all of us beat writers actually like spent time together and stuff. And I don't remember there being –
for those days? You want Domofsky, and Huber to go out to the – local whatever's available and go grab a meal?
I think that was at a time when there was like the internet was just starting, so you weren't like hurrying to get things posted. It was all about just getting it ready for the newspaper deadlines at night, and so it was a simpler time. But we went to the Ponderosa for lunch. I don't remember there being the world famous pudding bar. So there were like
it was right next to the salad bar. There was only usually two or three different types of pudding that you could
that's what I'm looking
slop
for.
On your
and
plate.
then toppings for them too, like at a yogurt shop.
I don't know if it's quite that
elaborate.
Enhanced.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there was there's always with the chocolate pudding. There's sometimes you put the white creme and then have like the chocolate chips. I think there was a mint pudding. Like they mixed it up. It was a little bit different puddings.
Bill in Delavan says there are both a Big Boy and a Ponderosa in the Dells. I did see that Ponderosa.
There is a Ponderosa in the Dells.
Not for long, there won't be.
I feel like there's a digi only to be
had.
Why?
What,
of
Jesse?
Tausch.
Are you doing a WEAC game down in the Dells or what? Why is that?
Can we get like slow motion video of Tausch walking into the Dells Ponderosa? It could be like a total like cinematic experience, and the reaction of the staff and us being all there and eating our pudding together. All right, I want to get to some football. I want to get to Brian Bulaga on time, since he is spending extra time with us this week after being your cousin's sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. And maybe if they added a pudding bar, they'd be even better. Gina Della does not have a pudding bar. She just has the best windows in the business.
She does, and I don't know, what is everybody waiting on? I can tell you right now, if your windows aren't up to par, it's freezing. It's been freezing. It's going to continue to freeze. And if you have substandard windows in your house and substandard doors, you're literally just letting pudding money fly out your door. You're letting it fly out your window. If that's where you're at in life, why would you not want to go spend a little money and save a ton of money by getting these new windows and doors from Pella? The sky is the limit. Right now, Pella's 0 interest, 4 years finance offer. No payments and no interest. And in today's monetary environment, that is something. No interest, no payments for 4 years. You can do a lot in 4 years, but the most important thing is you're going to be able to save yourself a truckload of money with your crappy windows being replaced by your great new Pella windows from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Start your own journey towards meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features, and they're custom made for your home. This deal ends. Dang. How has January flown like this? I am convinced different months, it's just different. January, while it's been cold and a little dank, and obviously if you don't have great windows, it's been frigid in your house. This deal ends in 3 days, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Our good friend John Carey points out that we definitely need to give a shout-out to one of our favorite Bennetts, Jack Bennett, who won multiple national titles after his brother did at Stevens Point. And Jack is awesome, too. What a great – they're just – the Bennetts are the best. And also – if there are any other restaurants in the greater Stevens Point Metroplex, Jesse, are you going to have time to get dinner since you won't have Ponderosa or Big Boy to choose from while you're up there?
One of my favorite things that I've got to do here during these WIAC Wednesday broadcasts is stopping in at different local establishments in each town that I'm able to get to. So I am hoping for a little post-game meal tonight before making the drive home. I don't think I'll get there early enough, but a little post-game meal tonight. So any recommendations for a post-game meal open between 9 and 10 o'clock?
You looking for like a sit-down, or are you looking for like a bar with some good bar food?
I think like a good local, like a sports bar, sports pub kind of thing is a good vibe for a post-game after that.
Partners. Good spot. On campus, you'll have a little taste of the college life, some good grub. Partners.
This isn't like now. I'm not looking for like the dollar bottle Wednesday night, college scene. That's not exactly what I'm going for. If that's what you're sending me into here,
you don't want to get a taste of campus.
I
asked you if it was bar food, and you said yeah.
Calling the game, I think I'm getting a pretty good taste of campus. Like I'm just looking for a good spot post game.
Do you have a like an analyst with you?
No, tonight it's a solo. Tonight I'm going solo for the broadcast, so no color analyst tonight. Unlike the last couple of weeks where we've had these awesome students jump in with me from Whitewater and
Can't
lacrosse.
Alex Strofe? Why doesn't Strofe go up there? Isn't he a point guy?
He is.
Strofe, get up there and do color. What are we doing? Strofe doesn't have one kid that wants to get some experience up at his alma mater? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm happy to share Alex Strofe will be my halftime guest during the broadcast tonight, talking about his time in Stevens Point as a student. But he will
halftime show.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well, you should see if that guy, the Candyman, is available.
Can't get you a kid to do
the Candyman
some color for you?
If you get the Candyman to be your analyst, you'll also get free candy.
Well, he doesn't do that anymore. It's 35 years ago.
That's the family business. The family business.
I think they moved on.
They
again, I don't know for sure. I'm sure he'll be texting me at some point during the show today and give me the updates.
All right. We will have more. That is the greatest promotion for our WEAC Game of the Week that we have done so far. UW Platteville at UW Stevens Point. Jesse Nelson on the call. Alex Strofe, his halftime guest. We got to get ready for our 9:30 guest. That is Brian Bulaga. We will talk more about Bill Belichick is not going to the Hall. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No offseason, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's time to close the gap for Luke Fickell.
A lot of people have done some things to close some bit of the gap. Now our job as coaches, our job as a team, and our job as players is to find a way to close the rest of that gap.
Find Fickell's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bill Belichick is going to have to wait because the carbless talk and text line lists is more. Talk about more. That's why he's a genius, even if he doesn't do it intentionally. I just heard Steven's point. I had to talk about Ponderosa. I can't help it. Lots of memories of Ponderosa flowing in like the sweet nectar of the pudding bar. Jesse, what are some of the highlights from the carbless talk and text line from Tauscher's walk down memory lane with the pudding bar at Ponderosa?
Well, first, I appreciate all the recommendations for spots in Stevens Point coming in addition to the memories of Ponderosa. Some people pointing out where the nearest Ponderosa is, which is in the Dells, apparently. I don't know if it's still open or not.
Is there no Ponderosa in Point? If there is, you have to go there.
I mean, I'll check to see if it's still there. I would imagine it isn't, but you never know. Adam in the Berg, it was a pudding and a Jell-O bar.
Yes.
The cherry and lime Jell-O combined was awesome.
Oh, he ain't wrong. Hey, did you guys ever have Knox blocks? Knox blocks?
No, what's that?
My mom made Knox blocks like they're going out of style. It's basically a lime or a cherry or an orange Jell-O that you put in a pan and then you cut up. And the corner pieces had a little bit more gelatin on the end of them. And then the middle pieces, it was almost like a Detroit-style pizza for Jell-O. They'd have, the crusty edges. And then the middle part, it was almost all Jell-O. But we called them Knox blocks, and you cut them up, and you put them in a little Tupperware, and you take those to different get-togethers and whatnot as kind of your party favor. Never heard of Knox blocks?
It's just Jell-O in a cubed form, right?
Yeah, we've had the cube Jell-O before.
I just have never heard them called
they're not,
Knox.
I don't want to say cubes.
Fort
You start
Knox?
thinking cheese.
Is that
cubes.
where that comes from?
I don't know why we called them Knox blocks. It's a good question. I'd have to ask my mom. I don't know.
They did not, and they had those at Ponderosa too. Is that what triggered that?
Well, the Jell-O bar is what triggered me to think about Knox blocks.
Sure. Jesse,
cherry was the best when it came to Knox blocks.
Yeah, cherry and lime is what the text said here from
Sources
Adam.
Indicating, yes.
Dan in East Troy, we used to love the chicken wings from Ponderosa until my brother got one that still had feathers on it.
Yeah.
Hey. Is that better or worse than the head that Jared Cook got in his wings? Remember that?
That went away kind of quickly. That was great PR management by. I'm not going to say the name of that place because we're not giving.
I wasn't either. Yeah.
For places that exist, still in multitude.
and Ponderosa does still exist. I can only imagine that right now in the Dells, because you can get our show in the Dells, both over the air and certainly on streaming. I assume they're going to be jam-packed for lunch today. Jesse, a couple more so we can get to Bulaga.
Geriad, Ponderosa was a go-to for good report cards back in the day. When it was a Ponderosa night, it was a great night.
You ain't kidding.
Not as good as the
What is
program.
the Ponderosa of now? What is today's Ponderosa?
It's got
Geriad's 100%.
It's got to be Golden Corral, right?
No. I don't think your kid gets a great report card and you're like, all right, we're going to the GC. I don't think that's what happens.
Well, I'm just thinking of buffet-style establishments. There aren't a ton of them anymore, and Golden Corral is kind of the golden standard, I think, of national chain buffet restaurants.
All right.
I have some bad news.
Uh-oh.
No, they still exist.
Ponderosa's closed in the Dells?
It doesn't. It's not open until Friday at 4 p.m. So apparently they only do weekends at the Ponderosa.
Okay.
Well, you got to be financially reasonable. It's the down season in the Dells. That makes sense.
Sure. I just thought that was, I guess we're not driving traffic for them today with our free advertising for their pudding bar. All right.
So don't go to Ponderosa today.
Yeah, you'll be disappointed, and then you won't have all the great stories that Tausch has. Also, Justin Garcia says there's a place called Bonanza that is like a Ponderosa, and he says it's better.
Get out of here.
Again. I'm also being told in our private talk and text line that Ponderosa is huge in Pittsburgh, so maybe Mike McCarthy can get some sort of Ponderosa endorsement like he had with a cell phone company back in the day here in Green Bay.
Want to make any
that
comment?
would fit well. That would fit well.
Why?
What do you mean? Mike, you don't think Mike likes good food?
He likes pudding.
He does.
I thought Jason would make a comment about Ponderosa and Pittsburgh going out of business now.
I would never say that. All right, so we need to get ready for Brian Bulaga. Tausch, you like Ponderosa, and you like Annex Wealth Management as well.
I do indeed, and we talk about experts, right? I don't need to go call in an expert when it comes to Ponderosa, when it comes to the Green Bay Packers, but with wealth management, Annex has the great team full of experts. You know what? Everybody thinks, salespeople. Everybody has a job. They're trying to make a buck just like me. But sometimes, you know what? You don't want the sales pitch. You just want to figure out, do I have enough money saved for my family, or if I'm over-invested in the wrong part of the stock market at the wrong time? That's what makes Annex Wealth Management such a great partner. They're financial planning experts who can talk to you not just about one little thing. They look at the entire picture. They'll give you advice. They're going to help you set up your plan that fits your personality, your lifestyle, and they don't have those commission products that a lot of big companies have that they push. Not at Annex Wealth Management. And if you're ready for straight talk and great planning, go ahead and give Annex a call today.
That was great. You totally nailed that. It was really well executed. I was only half listening, though, because I just got an email from Alex Strofe. He's apparently handling trivia today. And in honor of Jesse going to Stevens Point, it's going to be Stevens Point trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have not read the questions. I don't know if partners or... Now, again, Ponderosa may or may not have had a location in Stevens Point. This has been a really fun discussion. We are going to get to some football for those of you that are getting a little itchy, but even I, who sometimes can get a little uncomfortable if we don't spend enough time talking sports, I didn't feel that today. This was really fun, and I'm glad that we went down this road.
This is our pregame show for our WIAC basketball game of the week tonight on the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's all sports, baby.
Who needs a color analyst when you can just discuss Ponderosa during the down times of the ball game?
Two of the top teams in the conference. It's a buffet of basketball that you're looking for tonight on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Where's Demovsky's kid rank? Where's Eau Claire at in that?
They're having a tough season. They were, I think, undefeated in the non-conference, or they were really good in the non-conference. I forgot if they were undefeated entirely.
Sounds like they're playing a bunch of cupcakes.
But
sounds like they're cupcaking.
No, they had a few nice wins.
You better not cupcake it if you're going to the WIAC. You're going to get slapped around in the WIAC. You're not going to play some teams.
It is the best. It's the Big 12 is the best college basketball conference this year in Division I. The WIAC, WIAC is the best.
I don't know. That Michigan-Nebraska game was pretty dang good. I don't know how many teams better than those two.
It was.
Jesse, why don't you just call the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference or whatever that it stands for, and just ask them how they. You are so.
Oh, I know. The answer is WIAC.
We had a meeting, Jason. You were on this. You're part of the Madison team. We had a team huddle yesterday that Jesse talked about his great work to get the WIAC set up. The commissioner of the league told him it's WIAC. We all know it's WIAC.
So
I don't know why
he keeps saying it the other way?
Because, so here's, for those who don't know, we're late for Bulaga now.
We are.
They don't like the WIAC because the Wisconsin Educators Association is the WEAC. And because there's a lot of crossover between the
They're both in
faculty.
education.
Yeah,
sure.
So to differentiate, they like WEAC and WIAC is the college conference.
Well,
but everyone, like most people who don't go to the schools in the WIAC,
well, let's
call
change
it, the
it
WEAC.
for them then. Let's We're shining a light on great Division III athletics, right? We have some of the greatest Division III schools and athletes in America.
Best conference in the country.
We're
D3.
doing what we can to give it more attention. So let's help them out, and we'll call it WIAC. I will adjust. So tonight's WIAC matchup that Jesse will be on the call for is in Stevens Point, and we'll play some Stevens Point trivia a little bit later in the show.
Brian Bauer, a great Auburndale led my brother Patrick's team to the last state championship at Auburndale when we were still the Apaches, by the way. Brian Bauer also starred at Point, was a great player for both the Auburndale Apaches and the Pointers of UWSP.
Wait, you're not there? I thought they were still the Apaches. Did that change recently?
I don't want
been a while?
to get into that conversation.
Okay.
Whoa, Nelly!
Sorry.
Yeah, I said I didn't want to get into it.
I know you didn't, and we won't Nelly did. So Brian Bauer will have to wait, because Brian Bulaga is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for the Blue Mountains of cold, refreshing Coors Light. Whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue when chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Super Bowl 60 will feature 2 general managers that combine for over 25 years of professional experience with the Green Bay Packers. Seattle Seahawks GM John Schneider started his NFL career in 1993 with Green Bay as a scout and ended his second stint in 2009 with Green Bay as the director of football operations before becoming the Seahawks general manager. Elliott Wolf, son of former Packers GM Ron Wolf, has been with the Patriots since 2020 and has served as their executive vice president of player personnel since 2024. And now one of them will be the winner of Super Bowl 60. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
I was afraid that college would be like high school. I worried about starting over and feeling alone. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm part of a community, and I've never felt alone. My instructors have been incredible, and I made so many friends and connections. My advice to others, don't let your fears stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid EXL sedan for as low as $359 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
It is the 25th anniversary of Bowling for Colons on Sunday, March 1st. Help us strike out colon cancer at UW Carbone Cancer Center. Come roll with us and form a team of 4 to 5. Choose from 9 bowling centers in the Madison area. Enjoy 3 games of bowling, shoe rental, and a cool anniversary t-shirt. Spare us your excuses. Hurry up. Lanes are filling quickly. Google Bowling for Colons 2026 to register your team now. Let's strike out cancer with Bowling for Colon 2026.
We're on the Packers.
It's never been about beating the Bears or the Vikings. It's about winning a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There is an intensity deficit, and there won't be now.
Agreed.
Those days are gone.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Joining us now. I still miss Famous Friends. It's like the one non-royalty-free song that I miss on this program. But luckily, he comes on the show anyway. It is Brian Bulaga on Wilde and Tausch. Brian, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
So, before we get into football with you, Tausch has taken us down a walk down memory lane for his trips to the Ponderosa buffet. Growing up in Chicagoland, do you have a place like there's a place called Organ Piper Pizza on Highway 100 in Milwaukee that you would go for birthday parties. So that's one of them. There was also an ice cream place called Farrell's that you would go for birthday parties when you were a kid. They're I don't know if Organ Piper is still there, but I know Farrell's closed.
I always wanted to be the organ player at Organ Piper.
You could be, frankly, given your talent level. Hey, maybe you could pick up a shift here and there. Is there a place from your childhood that brings back a flood of memories like Ponderosa did for old boy?
Where did we? I think by us there was CC's Pizza. I think that was a buffet where you would go in and eat as much pizza as you wanted. They had arcade games, and you'd go play arcade games. And the parents thought it would cost $40 for everyone to eat, but it ended up costing way more because you'd play $40 worth of arcade games. So it actually ended up being a net loss for the parents because then the kids barely ate anything because they just wanted to go play arcade games. But to me, we didn't do too many buffets, but that's one that sticks out is that one because I remember I'm going to go play arcade games this whole time here. I'll eat a piece of pizza or two. The dessert pizza, most likely. I want the dessert pizza. I don't remember if they had a pudding bar or not. But because I know Tausch loves that figgy pudding. He loves that figgy pudding.
I do like figgy pudding.
I know that. But that's the one that sticks out.
So, Brian, I was giving Jesse a hard time because in his Sports Center he was talking about Adam Stenavich, and because obviously the Packers have their defensive coordinator, and I was saying, well, they have an offensive coordinator, but it does feel like there's a measure of conjecture about whether Matt LaFleur might make a change or not, and I know I've been asked a bunch of questions. Steno is now out in Tennessee for that job. They hired Brian Daboll. There are other teams that still need offensive coordinators. There's a few that still need head coaches. But I guess I'm wondering, having done what you did all season long looking at the offense, look, we always share our biases on this show. I like Steno. And if there's a problem with the offense, when you have an offensive-minded head coach, I think it falls at his feet, right? He gets all the credit when the offense cooks, and he should get the blame when it doesn't. How do you view kind of where Adam Stenavich is and where this offense is in this kind of time where there's nothing coming out of 1265 Lombardi Avenue, so we really don't know exactly what might be going on there?
Yeah, it's really weird. There's like no announcements of anything, not even LaFleur's extension. Like, it's just a really weird situation. Like, I don't understand. I don't know if they're waiting for like one big kumbaya moment to announce LaFleur's extension and Gannon's and Goody's extension, like everyone's extension and signing all that. Well, I don't know what they're waiting on. But hey, it's a new day in Green Bay and a new president. He wants to do it his way.
Yeah, it was supposed to be different. It was supposed to he was going to do it differently. We weren't going to get these announcements, and we still
yeah. So I don't know what's happening exactly, but here's the thing with Steno. Like, I like Steno a lot too. He was my coach for a year. I think he's very good. I think he's a smart guy too. He's especially in the run game and things like that. I wasn't there when he got promoted to offensive coordinator and see how he kind of adapted to that role and how, but I know he's probably good at it because he's really good at interacting with players and things like that and draws the attention of the room, right? Like, that's when offensive coordinators do their presentations, as Tauscher, as you remember, in offensive meetings, like the offensive coordinator's up there and it's up for him to keep everyone engaged of the game plan and what's going on and present that information. But we all know, right, just like when Mike was there and Mike called plays, the offensive coordinator only does so much. It was the same thing when Joe Philbin was the OC, when Tom Clements was the OC, when Alex Van Pelt was the OC, when Hackett was the OC my first year, the first few years there. Their job stops essentially on Friday. Like, they're done Friday. They help install, they help bring ideas to the table, they help bring game plan ideas to the table. And then on Friday, they're done, right? You install red zone, you install goal line, and after that, you're not calling plays. You're not calling plays. They may be up in the box, they may be down on the field on game day, but sure, they may give a suggestion to the head coach that is calling plays. It was the same way with Mike. It's now the same way with Matt. But it's not like they're coming up with the final ideas or the final plays on game day or for the week. That's not their MO when you have an OC that doesn't call plays. So for people now to just be like, well, Steno's the problem with the offense. It's kind of like, I think you're looking at this too shallow, right? Like, we're not looking at this at the deeper levels of it. And I think Steno is a good football coach, and most likely he's going to get an OC job where he gets to call plays somewhere, would be my guess. That's just my assumption, but we'll see. But even if he goes to Tennessee with Dable, is Dable going to be calling plays? So, like, I guess I don't understand, I don't know how it all works out. But I don't think that the issue is Steno on offense. I don't think that that's the problem. I think we have a identity problem on offense, and I've said this multiple times. I think we have an identity problem. Do we want to be a run team? Do we want to be a Jordan Love-led passing team? Do we want to be a road grading downhill running team? Do we want the stretch outside zone play action like we saw Jordan Love's first year and Aaron years before that? That's what I think we have. And when you have a bunch of ideas that you're not sure you want, right? And all that, and you're trying to just put stuff out there, it kind of looks the way it does. Like that game against Chicago in the second half. You don't have something you can rely on, and that's not a Steno problem. It's just we don't have a true identity with the guys that we have. Like, we thought we could rely on the run game. Well, the run game stunk. Okay, the run game stunk. We'll just put it for the majority of the football season. It was bad, way underperforming. And then we get into the last few Chicago games, and well, we need to throw the ball. Well, we can't pick up pressures. So what's going on here, right? Like, and you're starting to look at what is the identity of the football team. You brought in guys to be road graders, or road graders, pass blockers. I don't know. So we have to look at this more than just it's Steno's problem, because that to me is a little
Brian
it's short-sighted.
Is that a Goody is going a certain way? Because it feels like when you were just talking there, I'm thinking to myself, well, I know what Matt LaFleur started with his thought process, and with Aaron Jones as his tailback, and with lighter offensive linemen that got up to the next level. And then you started seeing more. Belton's a big dude. Aaron Banks is a road grader. You bring those guys in, and Josh Jacobs likes to run a certain way. They had to go more gun and more duo because it was fitting. Is this a sign that maybe Goody and LaFleur, because I agree, this isn't Steno. This is a Goody trying to figure out what he's going to do with his personnel, and coaches have to be able to adjust. They can't just be, well, this is what we're doing because this is what we got. You have to adjust to your personnel, and it almost feels as if Goody looks at the personnel in a certain way, and Matt LaFleur looks at it, and it maybe doesn't mesh in the run game the way you hope, because the last 2 seasons, even though Josh Jacobs had a really good season 2 years ago, a lot of it was yards after contact. Jacobs was a stud. This year, he got a little more dinged up, and the run game was ineffective for most of the season. How do you marry those two things up?
Great question.
Yes. So, like, I agree. Kind of like I think we see. Well, you said it best, right? After the Philly game, there were major reactions, right? There were major reactions after the Philly game in the playoffs 2 years ago, right? And the reaction was, we need to get bigger, we need to get more physical, and we need to essentially, I mean, from what I took from it and seeing the moves that were made and then the draft picks that were made, we want our run game to look like Philly. That's what I took from it, right? Like, that's what I took from it.
Yeah, and Blue, just to quickly interject, and we need to be able to block the Georgia boys, Jalen Carter and the other big fella that absolutely ate our lunch after Elton Jenkins came in. Continue.
Yes, and with that, I just want to say this right now. Like, and those guys may be large human beings, the Jalen Carters, and I forgot the other guy's name. He's really good to him, so that's like doing him a disservice.
This is
Jordan
like,
Smith.
It's like
Jordan
that
somebody.
It's like that Seinfeld
He is a monster
episode
of a man.
where they can't
That's
remember
Jordan
the other
something.
tenor. I will look that up.
Like
yes.
Like
Jordan
I feel bad
Davis,
because
maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Jordan
it's Davis.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's really good, so I feel kind of bad.
Jody Davis, great catcher for the Cubs in the '80s. Continue.
Oh.
Johnny
How
Davis.
How about that?
Davis Love the Third.
Oh, very boring personality. I'm just saying.
Brian, you have
maybe the
thoughts.
most country club name of all time, Davis Love.
Yes,
Continue.
maybe potentially. I don't think that I don't think that there's any world or any shape or form that you couldn't have stuck with the formula of the linemen that had been there and that were there and that had been running this offense, and that you can't block these guys. Like, to me, like, that's I don't agree with that. You don't need 340-pound guys to block guys like that. And you know why? You know why you don't need that? Because your scheme gets you outside running and moving, and you make those big bodies move and run and chase, and you cut them off on the backside. And that was what this scheme was built on. That's what LaFleur's scheme, and that you see it in L.A. with the way McVay does it. You see Shanahan hasn't changed his scheme. He still has McCaffrey in there. They're still doing the same exact thing. They haven't changed running backs or offensive linemen because, well, the league. Well,
and he let Banks go. He let Banks go.
Great points.
Yeah. So, like, it doesn't matter that because Philly you got beat up by Philly, and now, well, we need to get bigger to defeat that. Well, guess what? Now we look at the two top teams in the NFC, and we look at their D-lines. They're fast. They move. Seattle's D-line, the Rams' D-line. Like, they're not big honking guys. They are fast, short move. Like, they're very quick. So, yeah, you could maybe defeat them going straight at them, but their speed and how they do things is completely different than what you thought defeated us against Philly 2 years ago. So, and even look at Chicago's D-line. Look at Chicago's defensive line. Their biggest guy was Montez Sweat, and he was the edge rusher, right? And he was a defensive end. Wasn't even the interior guy. It was Grady Jarrett, who's been with the Falcon, who is a speed player on the inside. Like that's who we're talking about. Yeah. So we're talking about we invested, it looks like we invested in big offensive linemen because of what happened against Philly. And in all honesty, like, was that a knee-jerk reaction? Was it the right move to completely say, hey, we're going away from what we've been for the last
Did Matt LaFleur agree with that move? Was it an overcorrection? Did we overreact to the fact we couldn't block a soul in the second half after Elton Jenkins went out? And did that make us make big changes to a group that otherwise had a pretty good year? Those are all fair questions.
Yes, 100%. And I wish I could ask Matt that question. I probably should have at some point.
Text him right now.
Yeah,
just ask him.
Yeah, he'll answer me. Yeah, he'll answer me. Yeah, yeah, he'll answer me. But that to me is, I think you have to look at that change from what we saw 2 years ago as to me, that is the identity crisis. Like, that to me is why I say that, because your offense was one way, especially the year prior, Jordan's first year, right? Jordan's first year looked like miles different than what the second
half was
year.
Dynamite. Aaron Jones popping off.
Right.
Yep.
Yes. So, like, we're looking at a change of Jordan Love's first year, the run game and the scheme, to the second year they bring in Jacobs. They're still trying to run the same scheme-ish, right? But they're figuring out how to incorporate Jacobs and what he does. Yeah, they switched it up. But then you completely change the structure, or kind of the I guess the makeup of the guys up front, right? So now you want to be able to throw the football with your $55 million a year quarterback. But the guys you bring in, that's not really their MO. Like, as we always said it, and, well, you said it early in my rookie year, and then Sitton always repeated it. Run block for show, pass block for dough. That is legitimately the nature of the NFL. That's what it is.
When you have a big boy quarterback, that is definitely where you're at.
That was a Tausch original? Because
no, that was City.
Okay.
Oh, then maybe you just repeated it, but
he used it a lot.
City definitely. City knew, you guys know City, man. He understood from the jump what he was going to need to do to get paid. And he did it. And he did it at an incredibly high level.
That's
another example. That's a great example, because City moved well. You didn't change. He was a big, strong dude, but he also could get up on the next level.
Right.
And I would argue what Brian is saying, that you want to have a consistent identity on offense. You want to be consistent. You can't be consistent if you can't run the football. And this year, we couldn't run it when we needed to. We couldn't run it when they wanted us to.
Yes.
And that puts a ton of – luckily, Christian Watson got back and was healthy and was able to mask some – if Christian Watson didn't get back healthy after Tucker Kraft got hurt, this would have been a – Matt LaFleur doesn't have a job. I think the offense would have suffered that much.
Yes.
Because Brian is right. We couldn't – it didn't matter if people were playing too high. We still weren't running the ball consistently. And that is challenging guys to be able to do it. And Matt LaFleur looking at it like, well, we can't. This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
So
and like
Watson, I would argue Watson, old boy should send him a bottle of whatever his favorite beverage is.
So
Brian, a nice bottle of vino. Nice expensive bottle of vino.
All right, so let's do this, because we always talk about solutions, right? So now there's an opportunity here, because the offensive line could change significantly. You know, we're not in charge of the head coach, general manager communication line of, hey, this is what we want to run, this is the kind of player we want. If that, and I have no idea if that's the case, if there's a breakdown in communication there, but if there is, Head policy better damn well fix that, because that sounds like the silos that we complained about in the Ted Thompson, Mike McCarthy era, right? So whether that's there or not, we don't know. But what do you do moving forward? Because you guys have nailed this, and Brian, I'm glad we twisted your arm to come back for an extra day this week, because this has been a really smart football conversation. Now what? You're gonna let your left tackle walk. Rasheed Walker's not coming back. You're gonna most likely let your multi-time Pro Bowl left guard turned center turned injured reserve had his 30th birthday. He's not coming back, so we're saying goodbye to Elton Jenkins. I think we're most likely saying goodbye to Sean Ryan. It's 50-50 to me on Aaron Banks because of the way that contract is structured.
His deal.
They
They'll
could,
redo his deal.
and maybe they will. But, again, if that's part of the issue with not running the ball the way the offense is designed to be running, again, I'm not saying that they should. I hope they don't. We talked about this on Monday, Brian. But I don't think it's 100% for sure that Josh Jacobs is their starting running back next year. It might be 90%. But, again, his contract, there's got to be an adjustment to that. So if Goody calls you, since Matt won't text you back, and says, hey, what do we need to do to get our run game going again? What do I need to do from a personnel standpoint? And then Matt follows up and says, and what do I need to do from a scheme standpoint? Brian, what are you telling those two guys?
Oh, great question.
Yeah, well, so this is a two-parter. So if I'm talking to Goody, right? Like it would say, hey, you're going to lose pieces up front, right? Like you just mentioned it. Like you're losing guys up front, whether it's you need to move on from contracts or guys are just walking or you're not re-signing guys, right? One way or the other. You need to look at the way things were when he first started out and he signed Billy Turner. That profile of player and that body style of player and that type of makeup, and then what he slotted Billy Turner into as with that group of Dave, Corey, myself, and then a young Elton, like that was a group that offense, right, that Matt built in his first year when all of us got together for the first time. Like you need to look at profiles like that. Like those are the type of profile players that if you're going to draft guys, if you're trying to pick up free agents or whatever it may be, because I don't know the cap situation or what's going to happen here, because there's more holes to fill than just a couple offensive linemen. We're also looking at the defensive side of the ball as well here. That's what I would look.
But Brian, you'd agree O-line is the first. If you're Goody, that is what you got to get right.
Yes. Oh yeah. You have to make sure that you secure the guys that you need to secure in that group. Like that needs to get fixed. It needs to get fixed because right now, like left tackle, obviously everyone thinks it's Jordan Morgan, but you got to go win that job. Like you have to make that job like very competitive. You have to make the center job competitive. You have to make the right guard job competitive. You have to make the left tackle job competitive. You have to make these jobs earned, whether that's from a rookie, a free agent, or existing players, whatever it is. You got to make it competitive because the standard has to be like last year's standard. So like this last season, that wasn't good enough, guys. Like it wasn't good enough overall. Like that can't be the standard. So there needs to be a mindset change and a competitive like atmosphere in that room. And we all know these guys that are leaving, we look at who's behind them. It's not like the room is full of guys ready to go, right? Like, let's just call it what it is. Like, we know that. And then if it's Matt talking to me, I'm telling Matt, you need to just watch your first 5-6 years of run game and scheme and go back to those basics. Go right back to those basics and just do exactly what you do best as a head coach. Get defenses in situations where they're having to guess. Is it wide stretch? Is it play action off that? Is the quarterback going to pull it and throw a quick one over the middle of the tight end or a wide receiver? And just keep defenses on their heels and allow your playmakers to do what they need to do. But then in the run game, allow what you have up front, your offensive linemen. You don't need to be, just running downhill every single time. Allow your offensive linemen to do what they're supposed to do in this scheme. And that's move the line of scrimmage. Yeah, you want vertical movement, but the first thing to do is to get the defense running side to side. That's the whole point. And then cutting the defense in two spots. You cut him on the backside, and you cut him at the center position where he climbs up. You cut it in two different positions so the back can stretch, cut, and get vertical. And when you're able to do that in this offense, all the playbook opens up. Every single thing. You can run all the personnel groupings and get to these runs from all the personnel. Like, it blew me away my first year how many different personnel groupings we had and different formations we could line up in and get to the same runs or different variations of the same run. And it was really fun. Like, it was fun as an offensive lineman to see how the angles worked out, how we could do all these different things. And you just don't, like, I don't see that on tape right now. Like, that's not what they're doing. And to
Brian,
me,
would that be easier if you had a different tailback that liked, like, Josh Jacobs likes what he likes? Was Aaron, or does that not matter?
Part of it is that you got to have the back that's able to do it. And again, I still think Jacobs can do it. Like, that's the problem about this whole thing, is that I think Jacobs can run zone. Like, I think he could run wide stretch. He's such a good back when he puts his foot in the ground and gets north and south, and he can make one guy miss and then go. I don't understand why it's really gone to this isolated gun run, like, duo scheme only. Like, I don't understand. And then there's a lot of power, pin and pulling. Like, those were change-ups in LaFleur's first few years. Like, those were change-up runs. That was to change it up from the wide zone and the inside zone and things like that. So I still think Jacobs can do it. Like, that to me is kind of what I don't understand about the whole situation, is that he's so talented, and you see him when he's healthy. He's got plenty of speed to do it, and he's able to do it. When you get him out on the edge, he's really dynamic on the edge. When you get him on and he edges a defense and he gets outside and he's able to do those things, he's punishing, he's dynamic, he can make guys miss. So, like, I don't get why you go away from that. Maybe you go away from that. Maybe he's gone away from that because Matt doesn't think that the guys up front can execute that properly and climb and get to where they need to go. I don't exactly know. I don't have the for sure answers to that. I wish I did. But I don't think it's like a running back problem. I don't think it's like, oh, well, Jacobs can't do it. Yeah, he can. Yes, he can. He can certainly. They did it at Alabama, too. They ran outside zone at Alabama a bunch under Saban. Like, I mean, it's the same family tree of run game as Kirk did at Iowa. He did at Alabama. It wasn't like it was much different. It was just they all had 5 stars at Alabama and then the offensive line, and we weren't. It's just a different makeup. Like I told you on Monday, Jason, I would hate to see Jacobs not on this team. Like, that would hurt me, because like I think the world of him as a back. Like, I think he's fantastic
and as a dude. Like, they need a guy like that in their locker room. They can't afford to not have that guy. They don't have any other dudes like him.
Yeah, like, and I don't know him personally, but everything that he talks about, it's all the right stuff throughout the, in media sessions and everything. Like, he's got the right stuff. So I just think Matt, and when you go back to the playbook this year, this offseason, you look at what you did in your first, whatever it was, 6 years or what, I don't know. I'm not counting. And then what's kind of taken place over the last 2, you need to, like, just look at those and go, like, okay, like, what was more productive?
Why are we getting worse? Like, that should be the question. What are we doing that's gotten us worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why is the run game gone backwards? Like, why has that gone backwards? And like you said, I get Jacobs had a great first year, but most of it was after contact. So he's getting impacted within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, which is not not ideal. We'll just put it that way. That's not ideal. And you need to look, and he just needs to look at it and go, okay, so what was so good that I did in the first 6 to 7 years here, and why did it work so well? And then what happened these last 2 years, and why? And it's very simple. Like, and maybe it's not simple, and because I'm not a head football coach or a play caller, maybe it's not that simple. But to me, it looks like it. That's the way he should look at it. If I'm giving him my 2 cents, let's put it that way.
Well, Brian, we appreciate you giving us some extra time this week. I do have bad news for you. I know you were hoping that, given the way the Cleveland Browns coaching search was going, that you might become a candidate. They have hired Todd Monken as their new head coach, the former Ravens offensive coordinator. So if you thought Jonathan Gannon as the defensive coordinator felt like an uninspired hiring as a Packers fan, you could be a Cleveland Browns fan. I will talk. Will I talk to you tomorrow night on the Homer Show?
Yeah. Yep.
3 days of Brian Bulaga for me. Brian, we appreciate you. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Brian has me thinking now that my argument that they need some fresh ideas, it may be the exact opposite. Maybe they just need to go back to basics and some of the things that they used to do that worked.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Not as interesting as our discussion about Ponderosa, though there are some complaints in the YouTube comments that now we talked too much football.
People want more Ponderosa.
Is that right? What a world.
Well, we'll stop talking football and talk a little pickleball about the Pickler in both Menominee Falls and in my neck of the woods up in Green Bay, too.
And West Allis coming soon. But right now, the Pickler in Menominee Falls, right off of Appleton Avenue, is an indoor pickleball spot. You know what? All of this cold, brutal weather, the snow, blech. No excuses. The Pickler is built for everybody. Beginners, former athletes, anybody that just wants to get out, have some fun, meet some new people, join a new community. The Pickler is the place. And right now they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They will teach you everything. You're going to get a workout. You're going to meet people. And it's something that you're going to definitely want to come back for time and time again. And as I said, we've got the West Allis location coming soon. Tells you how fast this is growing. We got the 1-year anniversary. Maybe the Wildies are going to get over there up at the Green Bay Pickler location, which is fantastic. Stop on in to any of the Pickler locations, but the Pickler in Menominee Falls again for those free clinics. Contact the club directly or start online at thepickler.com for more details. Again, that is Pickler, PICKLR.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. On to the recruiting trail. Luke Fickell and company building Wisconsin football's next wave of talent. Fickell on the group he plans to go after and why it's so important in college football's new era.
I really believe there's going to be a greater emphasis on the in-state kids because the trend of things of guys leaving, who are the ones you have the best opportunity to keep in your program that you want to be able to develop? Well, those would be the kids that maybe have something that's going to keep them there a little bit deeper than just the playing time.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows
windows and doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold the lie with sportswear too. You pay a fortune for big name gear, a fancy logo, and a slogan, and it still stinks. Then I found Iron Jock, and now it's all I wear. It's built on science. Their silver ion technology is woven right into the fabric. It kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria, and it never washes out, ever. Get yours today at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Valentine's Day is coming, and your wallet just asked for a moment of silence. But relax. At Chalmers Jewelers, romance comes with surprisingly friendly prices.
Like a diamond pendant, gold hoops, or a diamond bracelet, all starting at $2.99.
This Valentine's Day, impress your Valentine, not your credit card company.
Chalmers Jewelers, where great taste doesn't have to be expensive.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
It's a Western Conference showdown in H-Town.
Flag has given Dallas the lead.
That was insane. Cooper Flag and the Dallas Mavs face Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Coverage begins Saturday at 8 Eastern, with tip-off at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC.
Thanks to Brian Bulaga. Great to catch up with him. It had been so long since I talked to him. So, Tausch, tell me if I've been wrong about this need some new ideas thing. Or is it possible that both answers are right? They need some fresh ideas, but they also need to get back to basics offensively.
I mean, even like if you look at Sean McVay, who's kind of the gold standard, him and Kyle Shanahan, he went a bunch of three tights this year. Like, he wore people out with three tight ends. So you want to stick to your core principles, but yes, have different formations, have different personnel. Who are the guys you want to have out on the field? And I think it's going to be pretty crystal clear that next year it's going to be Kraft, Watson, and then who else? Jaden Reed. What formation, what groupings are going to work? But all of that is kind of irrelevant if you don't have five guys up front you trust and think can get the job done for whatever's getting called. And I think, we all like Josh Jacobs. I think we all appreciate his leadership. I thought 2 years ago he was fantastic. He fought through a lot this last season. But if we're looking at it, he is getting old. And how much more are you going to want to – you have kind of we're going to restructure and keep him a couple more years, or do you say let's go young, let's get a young tailback in here that's a home run hitter? Because Josh Jacobs is a good tailback. He ain't a home run hitter. No, I don't know what his longest runs are, but he's not a home run hitter. And I think 40. When you're starting to look at some of these other tailbacks at a lesser price, maybe can do more of the things that Matt LaFleur wants, I think they're going to have a really hard discussion and decision to make on what you do with, how old is Josh right now?
28, I believe.
So if you can do where you can,
with a lot of miles on his tires,
1 year, I don't think you want to commit to him for more than year-to-year basis. And if he can get something more from somewhere else, if you end up releasing him and then try to figure it out, I think that that's going to be a very hard discussion point as one of these veterans that you love, but you also have to stay disciplined, especially with all of the money coming on the books that you're going to have with the Zach Tom contract and obviously Micah. You got Jordan Love's money starting to, accelerate when it comes to cap. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to pay. You're going to want to pay, Coop at some point. You probably have to redo a deal with Xavier McKinney. Like, there's going to be all kinds of things that you're going to have to want to address. In the tailback spot, I don't know what Goody's thinking on it right now, but I do know this. He doesn't like 30-year-old backs. We've seen that movie before.
Josh Jacobs will turn 28 on February 11th. So once we start a new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin read for February, he will be turning 28. To your point, Aaron Jones was 29 when the Packers released him and moved on from him. So and Aaron Jones did not have as many touches and probably had a little more tread on his tires, had dealt with his own injury challenges from time to time, was probably durable than he got credit for. But you make a really good point. All right, we'll shift gears. I do want to get to this Bill Belichick thing, and speaking of old legends, we'll also talk to Steve the Homer True a little bit later in the program. I was helping Paula's mom set up her TV yesterday, and there it was, the ESPN app. She got it included with her new TV for a little while. You need that ESPN
I thought
app.
you were going to call David Gruber. I thought something happened with the install of the TV.
You were a loved one.
That literally, as you started that read, I'm like, well, it could be American Family Insurance. It could be Gruber. The ESPN app, absolutely. Like that was a great tease of a read.
Associated Bank had a chance?
Yeah.
I was looking out her. I was looking out her Pella window, thinking about how much work it was going to be. No, but it did have the ESPN app, and you should have the ESPN app on your TV as well. When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there is always something to dive into. There is no off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep it going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your phone or your TV today. The 10 o'clock hour kicks off in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. On to the offseason we go. things starting to take shape for the Green Bay Packers this offseason, although speculation now continues about which players they want to keep, cut, or restructure. That's the latest article from ESPN NFL Nation Packers reporter Rob Demovsky over at ESPN.com. Check it out. Also, if you missed our conversation with Brian Bulaga talking offensive scheme, you can check that out, available shortly on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel from this morning's Wilde and Tausch. Basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks fall last night to the Philadelphia 76ers, 139-122, the final score. Bucks now 9 games under 500. They're back in action Thursday night visiting the Washington Wizards. Tip time set for 6 o'clock. College hoops tonight, Wisconsin hosts Minnesota at the Kohl Center. Tip time set for 8 o'clock, televised on the Big Ten Network. WIAC Wednesdays on the ESPN Wisconsin app. UW Platteville at UW Stevens Point. Good one. Men's basketball, Division III.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, which will include a visit from Uncle Homer. And speaking of goats, let's get into it. And maybe Homer can join us, since we're a segment behind, and dive into the conversation as well. The big news yesterday, bigger than Mike McCarthy taking over the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I also want to talk about before the show is over. But And I don't understand how this happened. I assume, I guess I shouldn't assume, but Seth Wickersham has done a lot on the New England Patriots. So obviously someone got it to him that Bill Belichick
Leaky McGee
did not get enough votes to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year as one of the he is the coach nominee. They also have he's going up against 4 other people. They've changed the voting, which would be my explanation for something as ridiculous as this. And I am not a Bill Belichick fan at all. But
you had breakfast with him. What are you talking about?
Dinner.
You went to Ponderosa with Belly.
Dinner, yeah.
Dinner.
And boy, does he love some
Ponderosa
good pudding.
also had dinner. You could have had dinner.
This is preposterous, but I think I understand why it happened. And that is because of a rule change that cost Mike Holmgren, where there was not the uproar because he was not as slam dunk of a first ballot Hall of Famer as Bill Belichick was supposed to be this year. But a year ago, they changed the rules. All you had to get was the majority, and you were in. And last year, Mike Holmgren, out of 50 votes, got 38. And because he did not achieve the 80% threshold, despite having a significant majority, so he's voted 38-12 to get in. But he didn't get the 80%, so he didn't get in. And I think you remember me saying this a year ago at this juncture. Oh, man, now he's going to have to wait another year because next year Belichick is available, and he's, of course, going to get in. And now here we stand a year later, and the same rule has kept him out. They need to overhaul this rule that they installed 2 years ago because this, and look, I say this as someone with multiple friends on that committee, some of whom who have reached out and said, hey, I voted for him. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for the Hall and for the committee. Now, I saw Mike Sando, who is another one of the people that are friends of mine on that committee.
It's a good detective name, Mike Sando.
It is, and he's doing some investigative work. I believe he suggested part of it is that there were people who didn't vote. You get to choose 3 out of the 5 in this kind of muddled category, and there were people who didn't vote for Belichick because they wanted to give one of the other people a vote, thinking that, well, Belichick's going to have plenty of votes, so it won't matter that I didn't vote for him.
That's not what happened. That ain't
There's also
bad detective work.
Yeah, whatever that detective. That was They never found Carmen Sandiego with that detection.
I'd try a different theory, Detective Sando.
Yeah, that theory sucks because that ain't right.
He went through 3 reasons why. That was one of them. Another one was Spygate.
That ain't the reason. All right, let me scrap that one. Okay, Spygate. Okay.
Spygate.
Great.
It's a good theory.
Okay, sure. Good theory.
And
It's better
I
than
think the
first one.
third theory, to sum it up more concisely, that Bill Polian's a jerk.
It's Bill Polian. Bill Polian's a sore loser. And he's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's
So
in.
what
he didn't
world
have to,
is it that
he didn't have to hit the 80% mark when he got in?
Well, and I think Bob Kraft is also in play here. I think Bob Kraft is irritated with, and he's got a constituency. Politics
Kraft.
rules on everything. We all know that. Politics has a play in everything, whether it's your kids, what team your kid gets on. Like, there's always politics with everything. You have to be above it, and very few people are. Bill Belichick is, until he's not. And this whole scenario, Bill Polian, then he puts a thing out, I didn't have anything to do with it, but I don't remember if I voted for him. Yeah, okay, sure, Bill. You also said that you had a first-round draft grade on Tom Brady. Like, whatever. Just, if you're going to take this stand, and by the way, there's a lot of people that agree he should be punished for what they did in Spygate. 100% they agree with that. So own it. Just come out and say, you know what, I think that the Hall of Fame has certain moral standards, and I don't think he should get in on the first vote. That doesn't mean he's not a Hall of Famer, but I am making my stand, and I persuaded 10 other knuckleheads that are, whatever to me. Bill Polian idolizers, who I don't know how many of those there are, but I was able to persuade 10 other people to keep him out, and I'm glad I did it. Don't go running for cover after you get the smoke. You want the smoke? Take the smoke. Don't be all blah, 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 blah afterwards. Because it was egregious, and I hope that they retool and revamp it. And I am not one of these guys. Even though I think there's a lot of shadiness in the media, I've seen this. There's a lot of stuff that I just vehemently disagree with how things are done. Put a camera in there. Let's have the discussion and make the vote public. Stand behind your principles in your vote. Let this come out. Make it newsworthy. Get a little something for you. The Hall of Fame is always looking for ways to raise money. Help out old vets. Do it. Put a TV show on. Let Rich Eisen go moderate the dang thing and say, why did you? Okay, Polian, you're saying no. Why? Instead of this, well, Lucas Van Netta said that he didn't do it, and then, this other, he had, the voting thing didn't work because the numbers weren't there. Get the blank out of here. You're jealous, you're irritated, and you wanted to make a moral stand that Belichick bad, but you're going to vote Tom Brady, and you're going to vote Bob Kraft, and you're going to vote Roger Goodell in. No problems. That's where I have the issue. Just like in the steroid era, there's a lot of guys that got in, and Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and all these other guys, and you know me. I hate PEDs. I don't think NFL players that tested positive for PEDs should be in the Hall of Fame. That's my take. I ain't going to win that battle. I've said it publicly. I'll say it privately. I don't think they should be in. But how do you prove it? If you're dumb enough to get busted with a test, you shouldn't be in. Doesn't matter. That's not how it goes.
No.
I've said my piece. Don't go hiding behind, I don't know. Own it.
I don't remember how I voted.
That's cowardly, man.
I totally agree with you. You're right.
He obviously hates Belichick, which is fine.
Right.
Belichick was a jerk to the media, which is fine. So is Barry Bonds. But then don't go running for cover. Stand up. One of the things I appreciate about you and Domofsky and the other guys, you'll go on radio shows, you'll say stuff, and Lord knows you don't say as much as you should, but that's another story, because you got to go put your eyeballs and talk to guys in the locker room. You say Josh Jacobs should not be on the team, and you didn't say that. You got to go in there and say, yeah, Josh, I think we got to get younger. I think Josh won't like it, but he'll appreciate it. You guys have to go do that. This should be no different. It shouldn't.
I'm glad we got to this topic because Charania, two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason, as several rival teams make aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks for him, and the franchise is starting to listen, league sources tell ESPN. I feel like there have been some stories that have been kind of conjured up along the way.
For about 5 years.
On this.
For about a 5-year conjuring.
I was trying to be polite, but I should take the smoke and say there's been some BS out there for a while. This feels
5 years
different.
worth.
And you said it after you left Fiserv.
It's over.
This is how you felt. We'll talk more about this coming up. We can probably get Homer involved in the conversation, but this has a decidedly different tone where they're headed here with this, quote, developing story from ESPN. Tausch, tell us about AmFam as we figure out where we go next with this news about Giannis.
American Family Insurance, a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch, and since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection, all so you're free to enjoy your dreams. I told you before, I had that little crack in my windshield. Didn't want to do anything. The cold weather hit. Crack, 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 crack. Long. Came right out to my garage. A day later, surface impeccable. New windshield impeccable. Thank you, American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
For the big game this year, upgrade what's in your cooler. Meet Carbless, handcrafted premium cocktails in a can made with real spirits and big, bold flavor. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Carbless delivers bartender quality cocktails that are easy to enjoy from kickoff to the final play. Perfect for watch parties, game day spreads, or packed living rooms. When the food is hot and the game is loud, crack open a cold Carbless. Stock up on flavors like black raspberry, lemon lime, and pineapple before game day. Carbless, full of flavor, ready for kickoff.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Valentine's Day. And once again, you're asking yourself, is a card enough?
This year, skip the panic and give a gift that actually says, I planned ahead.
We have the perfect piece of jewelry that they'll love long after the chocolates are gone.
Because let's be honest, dinner is nice, flowers are sweet, but jewelry, that's how you win Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day done right at Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Thursday, we'll continue to get you ready for the Royal Rumble when the great Seth Rollins joins us in studio at 9:40 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings beginning at 6 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. You're making love or starting the schoolyard fight. Make sure you do it right.
He's our Bill Belichick, an old legend. Hey, he's probably in some halls of fame somewhere. The former Badgers letterman. He's also the host of the Homer Hour every weeknights. I appear on that program.
He's going to be proven right.
Tuesdays.
3 years later.
Oh, I'll get there. Not 3 years. 1 year later, I believe.
I think he said it 3 years ago, too. But for sure 1 year.
Well, let's ask him. You can also hear him as the voice of Marquette men's basketball in his 36th season in that role.
Big win last night.
And, of course, you can catch him on God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip on YouTube. It is Steve the Homer. True Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on a second.
You don't sound good.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Hold on, I gotta see if it'll go away. This is amazing. I meant to get this fixed, but I haven't.
Is this like, did we go back in time to like when Little Orphan Annie was on the radio and you had to like tune it and you drink your Ovaltine from the Christmas Story?
Hold on. No, this is when you buy a car that's too nice, and it has the weirdest problem that you could ever have. I'm hoping stuff. Anyway, your question about Giannis. No, Giannis, I said a year ago. I did say 3 years ago.
Yeah, a year ago,
was,
you said go see him now because it may be your last chance, and you took some guff for that. And there are plenty of times when you take guff and you very richly deserve it. But that one, you didn't. And now you're being proven right much sooner than anybody thought.
Yeah, it's really sad. And I think, in addition to everything, maybe they haven't discussed it yet, but his injuries are a major concern as to how much people will give you for Giannis. I hope you can get the same, but he's had this calf injury a couple of times now. I'm not sure he'll play any more this season. The only reason he should play at some point this season is in hopes of proving that he's okay, because I'd be scared to death that he's going to have more of these and might have an Achilles tear. It's amazing he's had this number and not torn his Achilles, which means that whatever they've done with him is the way everybody should copy, because he continues to have the injury, but he avoids that disaster. I assume it's going to be in the off season, but whenever he says, I'll go.
So, Homer, I just put this up on the old social media. So, if indeed it finally feels like this is legit. Like, we've seen this reporting for 4 or 5 years, and it's been kind of bunk.
Right.
But it feels as if the national media is going to get their way. And if this is how the Giannis era in Milwaukee ends with a trade, how do you feel overall about it?
About him leaving or
Giannis leaving, how this last season has kind of played out, and then you can factor in the entire tenure, but how are you feeling if Giannis ends up getting traded in a week? Do you have any remorse? How are you feeling?
Well, the expectations of like winning a title have been gone. It was just, could they kind of be competitive and give him a run? I mean, it's like Favre and Rodgers. You feel like maybe they should have won more. They made the big mistake getting rid of the coach and Drew Holiday. But Giannis is just always be special, and he's it's different this year because he's been different. I'm a villain this year, and then he said it's day to day. Well, come on, he's never said that before. So his words have been different. No, he'll always be special, and he'll always be. He won a championship, and I'm sorry, dude, you can't be a villain. Robin Yount can't be a villain. You can't be a villain. Bart Starr can't be a villain, and so it's just ended, and you hope they get as much as they can for him. And I don't know what it's been over, for the last couple of years, and so that's probably the saddest part. It's been a big part because of his injuries in the playoffs, and the way he plays, I'd really be worried if I was picking him up. But I still hope the Bucks
don't
get
say that.
Much.
No,
I
agree. I agree with Homer on that.
I agree too.
And I want to get back to
we're trying to get a haul. We need to. Yeah, we're trying.
Let me ask one. Let me ask one question.
You only got to find one team that they'll go crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miami Heat.
Let me ask both of you this question, because Homer, I really liked the way you said, Robin Yount can't be a villain, Bart Starr can't be a villain, and Tausch had just gotten done talking about Bill Polian, and if you're going to say something, then take the smoke for it. I do, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong in viewing it this way, but it feels to me that this has been brewing for a while, and he has been so intent on not wanting to look like the villain that it kind of feels inauthentic to me, like he's been feeling this way for a while, and he was just too chicken to actually say it. And then there was that whole thing, well, the agent, just what my agent wants to mean that that's what I want. Well, no, he works for you. Like, I don't understand any of that, but to me, if there's anything about the way this has played out that has maybe made me question him a little bit, is the way he has handled this. Like, he doesn't want to be the bad guy. Like, I don't know, I feel like Robin Yount never really was the bad guy, as opposed to trying to avoid being the bad guy, even though you're doing something the people of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin are going to be disappointed or upset about. Am I wrong to view it that way? Because that's how it feels to me.
Well, I guess I'd first address Bill Polian. I don't know him that well, but all that has occurred doesn't tell us anything about Bill Belichick. It tells us about Bill Polian.
Agreed.
I mean, and it's like Twitter. Twitter, you can hate it, but it exposes people for what they are. And it's pathetic, and it will do way more harm to Bill Polian's image than Bill Belichick.
Agreed on that.
Forever.
But he's still, and the fact that, and Tausch's point, which was right on, was that, then pretending that he doesn't know how he voted.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But
he's
old.
My answer is, you get old, you forget stuff.
Jason, that's consistent. Okay? When you said nothing and you wait until this time to make a stand, you've clearly held it inside all this time. So if you're going to be that much of a snake to do it, then to react the way he did, I would call this, in a much smaller way, a Lance Armstrong. You're just going to sell the bluff as long as you can, and just keep lying at them. I'm going to keep selling the bluff, even though, like, he's got to be smart enough to see they got you. I mean, someone there
he got.
said it. Like, what do you, you know, we got video. Although we're supposed to believe that person's lying or whatever these people are lying. But he wants to, he hasn't been willing to be honest about how much it's bothered him. And now he's just playing the next lie. It's a little worse, but it's in the same club. It's really sad. I thought he was a great GM and, you know, a good representative of football, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean that. So that they're not apples to apples. But my point is,
he can be that, and he can be petty.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yes.
So in Giannis's case, would you feel better or respect him more if, as this process has played out, he had just said, "Look, I'll always love my time here. It's meant the world to me, but you know, all good things come to an end. We tried some things that didn't work. I want to win another title. I don't feel like we're going to be able to do it here. I want an opportunity." Like it just feels like there's been a level of disingenuousness about how this was kind of, it feels like this was always going to be the end game, and he just didn't want to be the one who came out and said it. And it's been a lot of kind of subterfuge instead of him standing up like Bill Polian should be, very different scenarios, and saying, "Look, I love you guys. I will always cherish my time here. You took a kid from the streets of Greece that no one even knew about me, and look what we accomplished here. But it's time to move on." I would have more respect for this whole process if that's what would have happened. Am I wrong to view it through that lens?
No, that's fine, but it has no impact on me. None whatsoever. This can end the worst way possible. Giannis is still special in every way. I mean, I've told this story, and I know he's not as good a person. Other people have told me, hey, he's not, you know, like as far as basketball, he cares more about himself than the team, they feel like, or whatever. But so it's like if Mr. Rogers, if they found out that Mr. Rogers, I don't know, didn't like his neighbor and did something, they go like, I don't care. Giannis, in my view of him, as all that he's done for the community, what he's got, he's untouchable. I don't know what he would have to do for me to say. And yes, what you say is 100% right. But the situation has occurred in so many places that it's hard to say anybody has really done it well. Because
it really would be.
Way.
It would be ironic if Mr. Rogers didn't like his neighbor, since his whole brand was about his neighborhood.
Right. And would that change my view of Mr. Rogers? No. And nothing, to this point, and this is nothing can change. I just think he's a player, a person, the whole story is to feel I've been lucky to have been around to appreciate it and to watch him develop. And, you know, I'm disappointed that he didn't ask to have his mom on the team as well. I think he could have gone, that would have set a new record. Like, okay, not just my
that would have been awesome.
I want my mom. That'd been awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
But
assistant coach, maybe.
I mean, I am in awe of all he's done, who he is, and this will have no impact whatsoever. It's as you were talking yesterday about Rodgers and all this stuff. It didn't make any difference. Come on. And all the stories of other players, Aaron Rodgers is the same way. We're all lucky to have been around to watch him play, and how you view his other stuff, you know. And Giannis just doesn't have any of that.
No.
Giannis is zero. Other than this. And, you know, he has – but whatever – I'm not disagreeing with anything you say, Jason. I'm just saying it's impossible for me to change how I will remember and appreciate Giannis. And I mean, I haven't covered the Bucks. I really never got a chance to get to know him. I've just observed him.
Yeah,
and
me
I told
either.
this story for years, and that every time anybody asked about Giannis, I said, all you need to know is this. When he was first on the team and he was traveling, and every time they go into a town, you get off the bus and people would ask for autographs. And players knew, and he saw some did it, some didn't. And he said, Giannis did every time. And I don't know how long this went, every time. And I don't know if it was Dan Smichak or the Bucks, somebody else said, Giannis, you don't have to do this every time. People do it once. You can go on, it's okay. He said, no, I have to do it every time. And they said, why? And he said, because I was one of them. How can you wait? Come on. Not just like his first year there. Don't you hold on to that forever? I was one of them to have made good bazillions when. But anyway, that's Giannis is near the top of my list, and always will be. And all this is just I don't know, extra stuff, fluff.
So is there, I guess the last question that I have, because I know you've got to go, for both of you.
And the problem with the Bucks is the owner and nothing else.
Well,
the history of him is so pathetic.
Look
really
how things
sad.
are playing out in Cleveland, by the way, with the Browns.
He's ruined the Browns.
I'm curious, what exactly, and I'm not asking specifics in terms of this player, that player, but like, do you guys, to Homer's point about the calf injuries, the fact that there's all kinds of complexities to trading his contract and what you get back. We talked about that with Justin Garcia earlier this year. There's no way you're going to get the real value of a guy of his talent level back, right? So what is this going to mean for the future of this organization? And are we headed back to those days of, trying to be 42-40 and be in the 7th seed and maybe taking the opening series to 7 games?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. And realize how incredible this selection was in the first place. I mean, I don't want to say how lucky, but how to get a player like this, because where would the Bucks be if they hadn't made that selection? I mean, they'd be where you're talking about. Yes, the future of the Bucks is
all we
not
need
good.
to do is get a Paul George type trade, like the Oklahoma City guy. That's all we need to do.
To others who follow closely. Getting what happened in some of those just doesn't seem to be nearly as likely. It's not
Rudy
moving in the
Gobert got 5 firsts for him.
Again,
Giannis should get double
when
that.
Right. When Giannis leaves, you'll say, compared to that, this was pathetic. That's not the way it goes anymore.
We can't have a Doncic. We can't do a Doncic. That's the only thing. No Doncic.
That's true.
What, as your definition of what is that?
Giving away a great player.
Getting fleeced.
You're going when it occurs, you will view it closer to Doncic than.
I agree with that.
Boy,
I agree with that.
I hope you ain't right. I hope you ain't right.
I hope I'm not too, but I will be willing to hear from Mark Tauscher the day. You say, that was closer
it's not
to
crazy
Doncic.
to think, hey, let's go get a future MVP that will lead us to a championship along with 5 or 6 first-round picks. Like,
Wait,
really? Paul George snapped his leg. He had a broken leg. And the Clippers ended up giving up all that. So find a team that ain't real smart, and let's go get an SGA with 5 or 6 first-round picks.
They got the Jacksonville Jaguars GM from draft day.
Throw in Polinsky. We're taking Polinsky. Yeah. What's the guy's name? The punt returner?
Homer, go ahead so we can let you go.
I don't know how.
David Putney, by the way, is the name of that guy.
Putney.
By the way, I only have one.
And you're
comment
giving me
about
Putney.
The Packers, defense. But Jason's explained why there's been no announcement, and they want to do it all at one time. So clearly, there's a delay in the other two parties, right? The GM and the cap guy, right? There's something.
We don't know that. Nobody knows that.
Well, but no. Okay, we don't know anything, but that has to be it, right?
No, it doesn't. No.
What would be another possibility?
I think Jason said this yesterday. Until he fills out his full staff, I don't think he's going to do anything. I don't think anybody's saying anything
about anybody.
Really?
Yep.
Which is
Why
crazy,
does
but
make any difference on
it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And Goody still hasn't. Goody never talked during the season, which is, I believe, a violation of the NFL rules because you're supposed to talk once during the regular season.
You're going to sue
him? We know policy wants all 3 of them back, correct?
Correct, yes. So I don't know. I don't know if you can have hey, our triumvirate is back, here's a press conference, and then, hey, our coaching staff is set, we're going to now we have another
You don't know if they can do that. Of course they can do that.
I know they can. I'm saying,
will
we get that
No, they don't want to.
Right.
They don't want to. And it's their right and we all just sit here and take it. So, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
I don't know that we're taking that much. We just don't know the years. And I would emphasize, I'm amazed at all the discussion regarding the defense quarter. Okay, the guy get an extension, he's going to bring in who he wants. The belief that anything that LaFleur changes only is because he thinks a change needs to be made, which is a lot different than being told to do this, which would mean they do something that would seem in contrast to his style and approach to this point. This is LaFleur's team. They've decided last year was fine. What the problem were the injuries in terms of policy, and let's redo the whole thing with a healthy team and whatever minor adjustments that LaFleur wants. That's next year's team, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little more complicated than that because I still think that Matt LaFleur, even with the extension, just knowing him, it still feels like he's coaching for his job. And because look, if they were to somehow, and I don't expect this, but if they were to bottom out and have like a 6-11 season and miss the playoffs, I don't think it matters how long of an extension he got. I just don't.
That shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. I understand.
Regardless of the staff will be just, to me, a small part of that. Like the offensive coordinator, LaFleur's, it's his offense. What the adjustments is small. Everybody wants the special teams coach gone. He ain't leaving, right? Can we say that's a 95%?
I think you're most likely right. Yes.
So it's pretty much the same group. The defensive coordinator will be a little bit different, and if they have that record, wouldn't everybody be really disappointed? But no, I don't think he's going after that. They can win 3 games next year, and he's back the following year. Because to me, to have that happen, somebody would have to get hurt, right? I mean, there'd have to be reasons.
I would not imagine them having a sub 500 record.
Right. Everybody should understand. The Packers.
He wins 3 games. No. He wins 3 games next year. He's gone.
No matter what. Yeah.
Period.
Homer, I know you got to pick up your grandson. We got to let you go. Thanks.
I got 20 seconds left.
Okay. Give me
what do
20
you got?
seconds.
Something, your best stuff.
Giannis, it was an honor. That's all anybody who boos Giannis should be fined at least $500. You can boo the team if they're terrible, but it was an honor to watch you as a player and a person. And that comment will never change. Bye.
What a great.
I don't think Giannis is listening right now. He's got a lot going on.
Podcast guy.
He should also be a Hard Rock Casino Rockford guy like you guys were, although hopefully he has more success with his season-long wagers.
Yeah, it didn't end up well for Jelly and I. We thought we had great opportunities, but I'll tell you what, it was fun watching and having fun with the division win and 9.5 wins and MVP. Great sports book down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. They also have great food. They have great entertainment, and they have slots and table games and a great high-limit room where the experience to deliver premium table games tailored for discerning players. They have enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer will stand on a soft 17 that gives you better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Your next hand could be your best yet. Visit the High Limit Room at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, about 60 minutes from the greater Madison area, and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge.
Our clock is a little bit messed up at the moment. We will figure out how we're going to handle that. Also, Rob Domofsky reporting a new Packers assistant coach hiring. We'll tell you about that, too.
It's a fun name.
It is a fun name.
We'll tell you who it is. It's a name that he shares with Rob Domofsky. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Conference play is here, and every game at the Kohl Center matters. Wisconsin men's basketball kicks off its Big Ten home slate, facing Ohio State, Michigan State, Iowa, and more. Grab single-game tickets to be a part of the action, or elevate your game day with premium seating, including all-inclusive food and beverage, and the best views in the house. Big matchups, Big Ten intensity, the Kohl Center is the place to be. Get your tickets at uwbadgers.com or 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
The new year is here, so let's look ahead to the spring and Mark Osiki's 8th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament May 16th to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and UW Carbone Cancer Center. We're on the Madison Chain of Lakes at 8 a.m., then return to the Alliant Energy Center for happy hour, dinner, and live and silent auctions, and a chance for you to win a brand new Alumacraft fishing boat. Hope you can join us Saturday, May 16th. To sign up, donate, and get more information, go to castingforkids.org. That's castingforkids.org.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Steady. Ah, I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
I've started because I don't want to let some ne'er-do-wells ruin my interactions with some of our YouTube folks. So I've gone back in there to try and be part of the conversation from time to time.
I like that. Belly of the beast.
But there's still some real jerkweeds in there, I'll tell you that. But I thought there was an interesting point that Jason, not me, a different Jason, made in there. And that was about the double-edged sword of the Aaron Rodgers not getting enough input during the Goody era And then he got plenty of input in New York, and we know how that went. And then do we really think any of these changes that have happened with the Bucks have not been either Giannis endorsed or Giannis suggested or Giannis pushed for? And now here we are. And he's going to be somewhere else at some point here, whether it's before the February 5th deadline or before next season. Is this a lesson in let's let the general manager generally manage and let's let the player generally play? Or no?
Yep. No, it's 100%. And I think there's a balance, right, of making sure your stars feel part of the process and part of the conversation, but you should not be making moves based on what their personal feelings are towards someone. If it takes bringing Thanasis in to make Giannis more comfortable and happy and put him as the last man on the bench, I'm okay with that.
Agreed.
But if it is Giannis wants to trade for Dalla Dame, and that was the reason. Now, if it was Horst, and by the way, I completely endorsed and loved that trade.
You made it before they did.
Sometimes things just don't work. They don't work, and when they don't work, there's a lot of reasons in play. I still believe had he been healthy along with Giannis, I would have loved, much like in the American President, I would have loved that to run that race. I would have loved to have seen that playoff chase. Don't know if they would have won it all, but I'm certain it would have been a hell of a ride and would have been fun. It didn't happen. That set us back, obviously, a ton, and that started this spiral of where we really have been a non-factor in the Eastern Conference. So when inevitably, in 5 years, Jordan Love, these same conversations, and we're still doing this show, I want us to continue to harp back and say, don't do it. Don't let these guys have too much or any say in what actually occurs. Just like I said, I didn't want Rodgers drafting the guard from Northwestern. I want my quarterback to be engaged. I want him to be involved, but I don't want them feeling like they need to be making decisions because, as we've seen this movie, it ain't going to end well. And I got a hunch Josh Allen got his guy as the coach in Buffalo. I'm not going to be shocked if that implodes.
Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network.
They should have probably done that read in the 9 o'clock hour.
I'm just reading it when it was scheduled. Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. And by the way, in all fairness, thank you to all the fans that have been so supportive of Bucks Plus. The listenership has skyrocketed. Lots of support for the platform. It's been awesome. So we're having a little bit of fun based on what today's news is, but it's been great, and I'm glad that we have so many Bucks fans that are invested in it. Behind the Bucks is that podcast that brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. You can find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. We still have one more segment left in the 10 o'clock hour. We will get to that next.
No, we don't.
No, we do. we sure do. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
It's never been about beating the Bears or the Vikings. It's about winning a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There is an intensity deficit, and there won't be now. Those days are gone.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. Looking for an easy win for lunch or dinner? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you choose your entree. A personal pan pizza, a melt, or now, wings. Boneless or traditional wings start at just $7.99. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
you. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. President's Day at Steinhoffels. Save at least 10% off store-wide. Spend over $4,999 and get a 65-inch 4K smart TV only at Steinhoffels. On to the recruiting trail. Luke Fickell and company building Wisconsin football's next wave of talent. Fickell on the group he plans to go after and why it's so important in college football's new era.
I really believe there's going to be a greater emphasis on the in-state kids because the trend of things of guys leaving, who are the ones you have the best opportunity to keep that you want to be able to develop? Well, those would be the kids that maybe have something that's going to keep them there a little bit deeper than just the playing time.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
It is the 25th anniversary of Bowling for Colons on Sunday, March 1st. Help us strike out colon cancer at UW Carbone Cancer Center. Come roll with us and form a team of 4 to 5. Choose from 9 bowling centers in the Madison area. Enjoy 3 games of bowling, shoe rental, and a cool anniversary t-shirt. Spare us your excuses. Hurry up. Lanes are filling quickly. Google Bowling for Colons 2026 to register your team now. Let's strike out cancer with Bowling for Colon 2026.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Do you think Dad's got good Instagram game?
No. Instagram game? Oh my God.
Are you embarrassed by me?
Sometimes. What's the most embarrassing thing your dad has ever done?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Existing. Savage.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late in an emergency. The first responder is you. We need you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
It's not Bobby Boucher. It's Bobby Babich. Is your new defensive passing game coordinator for the Green Bay Packers per Rob Domofsky. Interestingly enough, he interviewed for the defensive coordinator job when it went to Hafley. That's how I knew who he was. He was in Buffalo. He was the defensive coordinator there under Sean McDermott. And now he was out of a job, so now here he comes to Green Bay along with Jonathan Gannon. So now you have a former head coach as your defensive coordinator. You got a former defensive coordinator now on your staff as the defensive passing game coordinator, which if what Rob reported is true, then I don't know what that means. Let me back up. I'm sure that is true. Rob would have a good source on that. But then what does that mean for Derek Ansley, who had the defensive passing game coordinator title.
Is he a Hafley guy?
No, he's not. He wasn't brought in by Hafley per se, so I don't know what that means.
Is he a Sala guy?
He's been a lot of guys. He's been a lot of places, a lot of college.
Guy?
Like every guy that the Packers
guy?
had in the secondary, he had recruited at some point when he was a college coach. He's a former defensive coordinator with the Chargers, not during the time that Joe Namath was with them. And then also DeMarcus Covington is a former defensive coordinator. He was up for a few defensive coordinator jobs. My point is that it would appear that the defensive staff is clearly in flux with the new defensive coordinator, two guys already leaving, and then some uncertainty on who might be also leaving, maybe not of their own accord for other jobs. So we will continue to monitor that. We had a good conversation with Brian Bulaga, in case you missed that, about the offense, and Adam Stenavich, and Tausch was really good during that time as well, so you can check that out. I was just checking out because I got an alert for my UW Credit Union's accounts. Check that out. I know you get those alerts too because you are a proud UW Credit Union member.
I am, and for every stage of life, the UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. And, you know, it's easy. Why do you want to be a member at UW Credit Union? Well, you're going to keep your banking local. They have great member first service, and they have great perks like early payday, and they're out in the community. The old T-shirt guns, see that out getting rifled around all the time? You just see UW Credit Union everywhere. And if you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom will make you do crazy things, but boy, does this make sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today. Get your Bucky card like I did, federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Developing news from ESPN NBA insider Shams Charania this morning, tweeting in the last hour, Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo is, quote, ready for a new home, either at the upcoming NBA trade deadline, February 5th, or this offseason. That the big news from ESPN NBA insider Shams Charania, who also says that discussions have been ongoing for the last 12 months for the Bucks superstar to potentially find a new home and move on from Milwaukee. Plenty to talk about, continuing all day long here on Madison's Home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. By the way, the Bucks did fall 139-122 without Giannis on the floor as he's continuing to deal with that calf injury. The Bucks back in action tomorrow, visiting the Washington Wizards. Tip time is set for 6 o'clock. Wisconsin at home tonight, hosting Minnesota at the Kohl Center. Tip time set for 8 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. begins now. Multiple teams have received a sense that the Bucks are more open than ever to Antetokounmpo offers between now and the deadline, league sources said. However, Milwaukee has indicated to interested teams that the organization is not in a rush to complete a move and is willing to navigate Antetokounmpo's future in the offseason if it's believed price point of a blue-chip young talent and or a surplus of draft picks isn't met, sources said. By waiting until the summer, the Bucks could also see which teams are able to offer more appealing draft picks in June. Sources said Antetokounmpo has informed the Bucks for months that he believes the moment has come to part ways after 12-plus years together, making a trade increasingly possible. That's a lot of words. It's a lot of words.
It's from a writer. Yeah, writers
I know.
write.
I'm a writer, too. I write a lot of words. Multiple teams have received a sense that the Bucks are more open than ever to trade him at the deadline, between now and the deadline. Look, no disrespect to anyone on here, but the bottom line is that the Bucks need to do what's best for the Bucks now, and they have whatever it takes. Sorry, Giannis, thank you for your service, but we have to get as much as we possibly can for you because you are one of the greatest players in NBA history. I hope you understand. And we're probably not going to be able to get that by February 5th. Fair?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Anything you said there.
So, again, I don't.
And if that is indeed the case, and you're going to do it in the summer, you shut him down. He's done for the year. You can't risk him re-aggravating or re-injuring or doing anything worse. I think if you're going to wait till the summer, which, again, you never know. People get desperate around the trade deadline too, and they can make this thing untenable. But yeah, I am not. If I'm John Horst, we've done everything you've asked. Giannis, we appreciate you. We love you. You've changed our franchise. You've changed our history. We couldn't be happier and prouder and love what you've given us. But we got to be about us because there are going to be some dark days ahead, man.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that we position ourselves to reboot this thing in a meaningful way. So while we know you'd love to go to New York, I'm not interested in bringing in Karl Anthony Towns in a first-round pick. Like, that ain't going to do it. I want SGA and all them picks. I want a Clippers to OKC deal. And if I fall a little short of that, I can be all right. But I'm not interested in an Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic. That ain't going to cut it. I am not going to do that. I am going to wait for a haul. And if not, you're under contract for another year. We can drag this thing out. We ain't going anywhere. We ain't going anywhere with you, and we ain't going anywhere without you. So the last thing you want to do is send out desperado signals. And I think that little deal there showcases that's not what John Horst is going to do.
As of now, as Shams writes, the Bucks are on their way to the lottery, which has not happened in a while. They will have the less favorable of their own or of the Pelicans' first-round picks, assuming they're both in the lottery. So they've got that going for them.
Even if the NBA pulls a Mavericks and throws you a bone, not to say anything was
malfeasance.
Sounds exactly like what you're saying.
No, actually. I'm just saying. Let's just say it doesn't matter if the Bucks get it or the Pelicans get it. We ain't getting it. Fair?
Correct. Right. They'll have the worst of the two.
Remember when we all said it was worth it, and it was, to get Drew Holiday to win a championship? Remember that.
Yeah, it was worth it.
No, I'm saying.
It wasn't worth it to get rid of him.
Easy. Hey, it's easy to say at the time, well, it was a good move. We got a championship. Well, now we're going to get tested whether or not we actually believe it.
I'm sorry. Is this the same program where I heard repeatedly that people would take 9 losing seasons so they could get a championship every 10 years.
Marlins.
I didn't say that.
Yep.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Again, those 9 years really suck. And then when the championship is over, you got to live through
I'm not
it.
going to lie to you. If it's the baseball and the Brewers, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Okay. Good for you.
Green Bay, I ain't doing it. Milwaukee Bucks, it feels like I'm going to be doing it because I said before when Yanni got us the one, when the whole team got us the championship, if you only get one, we're going to love and adore it because we had 50 blanking years.
Yep.
It would have been awesome to get 2 or 3, and I think if we'd stayed healthy, we would have had those opportunities. But I think we're all going to be incredibly grateful that during our lifetime, we got a chip. Is that a great attitude? Yeah. You better celebrate the big ones. Boy.
I don't know if it's a great attitude. It's not a great attitude. Definitely not a great attitude. All right.
Was that a storm the field when you can take? Because you never know when the next opportunity will be.
And as I said, Washington definitely stormed the field. Illinois, it made me feel bad.
Take your wins
sad.
when you can. That's what you
That's
just
what we
said.
were told.
You
Yes,
just
sir.
said that 30 seconds ago.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna backpedal on that a little bit. I didn't like how I felt when I saw our crowd coming down the field after we beat Illinois by 15 points or whatever it was. That didn't set right with me.
All right, so we got some catching up to do. A great text from Rob. So, Jesse, read that, and then we'll get a trivia call.
Rob in Michigan on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. Big Mike always gets hosed in the news cycle. Gets hired, John Gannon becomes the D coordinator in Green Bay. Has a press conference, Giannis news breaks.
Yeah, and by the way, also, the NFL news cycle was overwhelmed by the Bill Belichick thing yesterday. So, Rob's right about that. All right, I know what our trivia category is. It's Wisconsin Geography Wednesday trivia about Stevens Point, especially delivered from Alex Strofe. Jesse, what category? What caller would you like?
Caller 19. Let's do 19.
19. Caller 19. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We don't have time to delve into that. You need to tell us about Prize Picks.
Ooh, good weekend on Prize Picks. And a big game. Oh, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Old T had a great weekend. Darnold, boop. Tailback, boop. Stafford, boop. My boy Devontae, catch that. When he fell short of the first touchdown, I was like, oh, boy. I don't know how many more looks we're going to get, but then my boy D.A. came through, got it done. Old T with a good W on Prize Picks this weekend. Got the big game coming. I can't wait to see what kind of deals Prize Picks will have. You shouldn't either. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI. Get a free $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI. To get the $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
the most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
The new year is here, so let's look ahead to the spring and Mark Osiki's 8th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament May 16th to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and UW Carbone Cancer Center. We're on the Madison Chain of Lakes at 8 a.m., then return to the Alliant Energy Center for happy hour, dinner, and live and silent auctions, and a chance for you to win a brand new Alumacraft fishing boat. Hope you can join us Saturday, May 16th. To sign up, donate, and get more information, go to castingforkids.org. That's castingforkids.org.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Four-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa, hailed as one of the world's greatest guitar players. Blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa, performing live on February 25th at Overture Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at overture.org. Joe Bonamassa. Every show is a new experience.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What is the main ingredient to pesto?
Dude, man.
Wow, this is bad.
Pass.
What country is home to the city of Vienna?
Seriously?
Jeez.
Switzerland?
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I was afraid that college would be like high school. I worried about starting over and feeling alone. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm part of a community, and I've never felt alone. My instructors have been incredible, and I made so many friends and connections. My advice to others, don't let your fears stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Not enough time for small talk. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Travis in Blue Mounds. Travis, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. You?
Travis, I wish I could talk more, but we've got 3 segments to finish in 24 minutes. So, question number 1 from Alex Strofe, proud UW Stevens Point alumnus in our trivia category.
Is this
Wisconsin,
like Jeopardy where he comes up on the screen?
Oh, no.
And does the question?
That's a good idea, though. We should do that in the future.
Yeah.
If only we had more time. Question number 1, Travis, is this. Stevens Point, Wisconsin is home to the world's largest what? Cheese festival, trivia contest, or Oktoberfest?
Cheese festival.
Let's say trivia.
Trivia contest. Oh, Bill Johnson used to, I think he emceed it in addition to competing in it, if I recall correctly. All right, Travis, let's bounce back on question 2, which is this. Stevens Point is located at the confluence of the Wisconsin River and which smaller river? Is it the Fox River, the Rock River, or the Plover River?
Fox River.
I would agree.
Oh, no. The Plover River, which I know Plover is a town near.
Suburb. It's a suburb.
Stevens Point.
I feel like the Fox River funnels into the Wisconsin River up there.
Well, we will do an expedited review during the commercial
Yeah.
break, and we will retroactively
By the way-
award Travis a correct answer if that's true.
By the way, there's no way Strofe didn't use AI to write that question. No way.
Yeah, and I got to be honest.
What gives you that
confluence? Get
Yeah.
out of here. You think he's using a word confluence? Come on.
I am. I'm going to
Not
be
bad.
honest. I am underwhelmed so far by his questions.
Yeah, these are.
Well, they're nothing funny.
They're
They didn't do
hard.
anything
The
funny
third
yet.
option on question 1 wasn't funny.
That
It's
first one was really
Not even
hard.
remotely
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Travis, I apologize again. We will
Can we
review.
get a Stevens Point Joe to write these questions or somebody else? I mean,
Levi.
Levi from
yeah,
Clover
he would've
could have
been-
wrote
right, exactly. All right. Question 3. Stevens Point is often referenced as being near the geographic center of Wisconsin. Which nearby city actually
I know
marks the official center of the state?
I know it.
Is it Marshfield, Plover, or Wausau?
Nope, none of those are right.
Uh-oh.
They're not right. None of those answers are right.
Oh, no.
There is literally a flag in the center of a lake in Pittsville, Wisconsin. That is the center of the state of Wisconsin. Pittsville.
Oh, no.
So none of those answers are right.
All right, so
oh, God.
So, Jesse, this is not your best idea.
Hey, my hands are clean. I got my guy.
You brought him in. Whose decision was it to have Strofe do the questions?
I had Strofe do the questions. He's Mr. Stevens
I rest my
Point.
case.
He's Mr. Stevens Point. He tells
This
us all
was
the
your
time how
idea.
Chat GPT. He's Chat GPT Stevens Point.
Yeah. This
All
is
right,
a bad look for Mr.
That's
Sullivan.
bad.
Gee.
That is bad.
This should be a lesson to all of you. If you use AI, fact check it. If that's what he did here, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know these
He
things.
could
and
just
put
be
these
wrong.
questions-
Yeah.
That's also possible. Travis, as of right now, you have one entry.
We will consult the
We
league
will-
office.
we will
What
get
did he
together-
say is the right answer for the dead center of the state of Wisconsin? What did he say?
Plover. He said
No.
Plover. Which,
It's
by the
Pittsville.
way, two correct answers.
Yeah,
with
it is
Plover both
lazy.
in 'em.
Yeah, this
was horrible.
I'm going to tell you this.
Pathetic.
Banned. Hey, Jesse, ban him. He's done so.
He's
banned.
Travis,
I
we will
think that's, but in fairness, that's what he wants. So, no,
Well, maybe
I'm
we should
pulling the
punish
ban,
him
and I want
by
to
making
force
him
him
do
to
more.
continue.
Yes.
He's pulling an Uncle Leon. He's pulling an Uncle
Have
Leon,
him do
is what he's trying to
try a
do.
better effort tomorrow? Is that what you're saying? Bring him back in and
Yeah.
make him do his homework
I mean,
again?
this
I
was
don't even wanna think
god-awful.
about how much worse it could be.
He is trying to not have any more work to do, and so he just completely butchers this. So, well, we won't ask these guys. We won't ask him to do it again. We're flipping it. Till he
Yeah,
puts a good
I love
performance
this
out,
idea.
he's doing every one.
Uh-huh. I love it. I'm in. All right, Travis, we will huddle on what would be an equitable solution for you getting completely hosed by these horrible questions, and we will let you know. Thanks, buddy.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That
Plover.
Such that it was.
I don't think Strofe went to school in Point. I think he went to Plover. Is there a university in Plover?
He's big in Plover.
Every blanket answer's Plover.
The Plover remote campus.
Pavelski's Pig Feed. We had that was our first Little League sponsored
Tausch.
team.
Tausch.
I know, but Pavelski's was our first sponsored, a light blue baseball
Joe
uniform.
Is that related to Joe?
I don't think it was related to Joe. I asked him about that, and he didn't recall.
Right.
But great pig fry. Great pig fry.
I love a good pig fry. There are 17 minutes left in the show. We still have 2 more segments to go. And you need to tell us about the Pickler again before we can even get to a commercial break.
Well, the Pickler Menominee Falls, right off Appleton Avenue. It is an indoor pickleball spot, so there's no excuses. It's built for everybody. Beginners, former athletes, anyone that just wanting to get and do some activity. It is a great setup. It's nice and warm. You have those black walls so you don't have any glare. No excuses when you head into a Pickler. They're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. You're going to teach you everything. You're going to get a great workout. You're going to meet new people. You might even find a new community you can go and hang out with all the time. We've even got a West Allis location coming soon. And, of course, the 1-year anniversary is this Saturday up at the Green Bay Pickler. Stop on into the Pickler in Menominee Falls or contact the club directly online at thepickler.com for more details. That's PICKLR.com.
Whoa, Nelly will be about 10 seconds, and it's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But, I was impressed by several of them.
You're impressed by everything.
I love life. It's amazing what people do.
There is nothing that you see that you wouldn't go, that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad way to live, though.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late in an emergency. The first responder is you. We need you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
Chalmers Jewelers is hosting our annual Wedding Band Trunk Show, and you don't want to miss it.
Join us February 20th in Madison and the 21st and 22nd in Middleton.
Our wedding band vendors will be in-house, bringing their entire collections, featuring styles and designs you won't normally see.
This is your chance to find the band that tells your story. But appointments are filling up fast, so reserve your spot today.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. 4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
There's no chill on the deals at Metro Ford of Madison. Right now, get into a 2025 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for up to 66 months plus $2,000 retail bonus cash. Looking for something sporty? Check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport with 3.9% APR up to 66 months, $2,500 bonus cash. Or lease for $319 a month with $38.49 due at signing. But hurry, offer ends February 2nd. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. You know, I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and now I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. For a limited time, Pizza Hut's Big New Yorker Pizza is just $10. An extra-large pizza with 6 huge foldable slices and bold New York-style flavor. Big size, big value, and just $10. Order right now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times. For a limited time, order a Big New Yorker Pizza for just $10. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time for Wonelli.
I'm not even going to play the music. I just want to get to this because we've had this on for a couple of days. Jason, you tweeted about this the other night. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough to watch.
I did say that, yeah.
Davante Adams, post-game. Was this post-game or was this the day after?
No, it was after the game.
Okay,
after the game.
This is in Seattle in the locker room after losing his 5th NFC Championship game, falling to 0-5 in his career in NFC title games. Here is Davante Adams after the game.
Davante, what are the emotions for you right now, coming so close again and the way this game went? And obviously Sean was very emotional in his post-game comments.
Heartbreak. It's tough. It's tough to talk, honestly.
How would you describe how Matthew and the offense played today?
23 seconds of silence here as he tries to gather himself.
Not from us.
I'm proud of the way the guys fought today.
Whew. That's tough. That's tough to see.
I'm amazed after the reaction of that. There was more than a handful of people that have bought hook, line, and sinker he didn't want to be here, so he got what he deserved. And that the Packers...
He got what he deserved. He just got to another NFC Championship.
Well, no, but he was with the Raiders, who were terrible, the Jets, who were terrible. So they didn't have much sympathy for him. And the idea that he cares about winning, they pushed back on. Again, you're entitled to your opinion. The Packers did one of the greatest spin jobs ever on trading him away. Like, they did a phenomenal job with that because they got at least a meaningful portion of the fan base to think this was all his fault and what he wanted. And, we offered him more. That's my other favorite part of that story, which is disingenuous to say the least. But, yeah, he's been to 5 NFC Championship games. He's yet to make it to a Super Bowl. Only one player in NFL history has been to more conference championship games since that format started in 1970 without getting to a Super Bowl. Gino Cappelletti, whose name is very fun to say, by the way. 0-6.
I would not have known that.
0-6.
Davante's a warrior. Davante is everything you want in a football player. He seems as if he's a great dude. Competitive as all get out. Great mentor for younger guys. You hope that he finds a way to get over the hump, but now you can't really hope because we got to hope that our guys get over the hump.
Right.
So it's a bummer. I think he's in a great spot, and if Sean McVay and Stafford come back, the Rams will be one of the favorites again next year. But it's tough to watch, but I appreciate watching that.
Why do you say that?
From a player perspective, you see it, and you don't want people to hurt. But as a fan, I dig that because I want my guys to care that much, to put in that much, and to feel that pain sucks. But I don't think you'd want it. And obviously, you want to go to the Super Bowl, but that's so much better than being 6-11 and not getting. It's true. And I know that sounds crazy, but man, I appreciate Devontae even more watching that.
I tell you all the time about group offices and one call, that's all, 414-276-6666. I tell you about how they got great lawyers and they're there for you, and hopefully you don't have to make the call. What I haven't told you enough about, and Tausch saw this in person the other day when he went to the Badgers game at the Kohl Center. Right. Gruber Law Offices, every single time a Badger makes a free throw during a game at the Kohl Center, Gruber Law Offices makes a donation to the UW Carbone Cancer Center. And all of us have obviously been affected by cancer at one point or another by people that we care about. There are an estimated 36,520 new cancer cases in Wisconsin every year. So this is great that Gruber Law Offices does this. They call it the Badgers Charity Stripe. And again, every time a Badger makes a free throw, they make a donation. You can make a donation to the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Just search UW Carbone Cancer Center on the internet. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
It's time to close the gap for Luke Fickell.
A lot of people have done some things to close some bit of the gap. Now our job as coaches, our job as a team, and our job as players is to find a way to close the rest of that gap.
Find Fickell's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for the Super Automotive Team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. The name you can trust. Well, the countdown is on to crown another champion in football. And while I sure wish Green Bay was the team that would finish on top, there is another team in Wisconsin that's consistently recognized as being the best of the best, and that's Zimbrick Chevrolet. Year after year, Zimbrick is recognized as a best of Madison operation. And just like the best football teams have to be at their best in all three phases, Zimbrick is great across the board. Whether you're looking for a simple tune-up to keep your vehicle prepared for Wisconsin's winter roads, or you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Zimbrick Chevrolet is truly the name you can trust. Stop in and say hi to some of the friendly faces on Main Street in Sun Prairie, or start searching for what you need from home by logging on to ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Either way, I hope you take some time and discover what this super team I've been telling you about for years at Zimbrick Chevrolet is all about. Consistently recognized as a best of Madison operation, Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie is the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Luke Fickell and Company, building Wisconsin football's next wave of talent. Fickell on the group he plans to go after and why it's so important in college football's new era.
I really believe there's going to be a greater emphasis on the in-state kids because the trend of things of guys leaving, who are the ones you have the best opportunity to keep that you want to be able to develop? Well, those would be the kids that maybe have something that's going to keep them there a little bit deeper than just the playing time.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
It is the 25th anniversary of Bowling for Colons on Sunday, March 1st. Help us strike out colon cancer at UW Carbone Cancer Center. Come roll with us and form a team of 4 to 5. Choose from 9 bowling centers in the Madison area. Enjoy 3 games of bowling, shoe rental, and a cool anniversary t-shirt. Spare us your excuses. Hurry up. Lanes are filling quickly. Google Bowling for Colons 2026 to register your team now. Let's strike out cancer with Bowling for Colon 2026.
Hey, it's Jim Rutledge, and if you're like me, you want to look good, feel good, and still enjoy life. That's why I go to Carbon World Health. Whether it's recovery after a long week, boosting energy, or getting your fitness dialed in, Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his team have you covered. And now, they've got a new med spa in Sun Prairie that has everything you need to look as good as you feel. Carbon World Health isn't just a gym, it's a total wellness experience. Visit carbonworldhealth.com to learn more.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, shocker, we're out of time. We're going to be late for Rich Eisen.
In honor of Mike, your time management was beautiful today.
We never even really talked about it today.
Very, very, very frustrating.
He cried yesterday multiple times, and we didn't even touch on it.
We'll talk about him tomorrow. I am going to text him. Maybe while he's not hiring coaches, he can just pop on for a couple minutes. All he can say is no.
I'm sure that's at the top of his list.
No, I don't think it's at the top of his list. I just want it to be on his list. Jesse, again, where are you going to be? You're going to be in Plover, which is in the middle of the state, from what I understand.
The confluence of the Wisconsin River and the Plover River. Stevens Point tonight, 7 o'clock tip on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Platteville, Stevens Point. It's actually a really good men's basketball game in the WIAC.
And you're gonna have a trivia contest with Strofe at halftime with all the answers being wrong.
Stop at Ponderosa on the way in the Dells, perhaps. Oh, no, they're closed today. Can't do it.
Go swim out in Pittsville to the middle of the state, too.
That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial